Easy. Hi, y'all. It's Coach Shawnee. Let me actually use the microphone. So, it's Coach Shawnee. I'm a certified relationship coach and your spiritual shaman, spiritual consultant, spiritual advisor, all things spiritual. I don't like putting myself in a box because I can do anything. Okay. And that bothers people. And we're going to get into that message because it's a threat to their way of life. You guys, this is being recorded live. I like to do my longer form content this way because it's, I don't like the analogy, the two bird things, but it's multitasking. So I'm getting my longer form content and a live in all together. And I get to interact with you all, build a rapport, some relationships. Where y'all at? So I guess they'll have me in the algorithm in a minute. And I wrote down some channel messages I'm going to share with y'all. And if you want tarot, I'm going to post a tarot. I'm going to do a 4-card pull on the High Priestess, highpriestess.1111. I may add that to the description. If you want tarot, you can go look at that. And we're going to talk about all the things that I hid and all the reasons why. Tried to hide from people. You can't hide when you are who you are. God gonna put you in front of people, right? You're meant to be seen. That's not today's message. What I got for today's message. So also shop with me. Click the link in the bio for coaching, consulting. Everything's bookable through my Stan.Store. You can also shoot me an email at coachshani@vapconsulting.pro. That's my domain, vapconsulting.pro, vision and purpose consulting. Okay. So I am here to share this channel message with y'all because I can. So I do. I really want to help people. And if I can shed some light on the situation, I'm going to show up and do it. Okay. I have light and I share light. So we are going to start off with this message for the chosen ones. And then we're going to get into the portal because this is going to be critical as to why it's this way. The first part is going to help you understand why. The second part is going to help you understand what. Okay. Hi, goobers. Baby, I can't pronounce that. How you doing, honey? Y'all, let me right quick. Let me get something set up here in the background. Let some more people roll in. Because even though I'm recording this live for later, I do like to interact. If you cannot hear me at any time, if this microphone cuts out, y'all say I can't hear you, okay? That way I can switch mics. The other one's on the charger. Because I want to make sure. I try to check this green light. And one time I hit the power button because it's on this side right here. Your cook. Hey to the people here. Come on in, like the live. Say hi. I'm gonna do 2 channel messages that I wrote down before I came on here. I told y'all if y'all want tarot, High Priestess.1111. I will add that to the description of this in just a moment. So this live is gonna be a channel message. So please don't ask me any personal questions about myself. But if there's something you need enlightenment for yourself, please go ahead and do so, or I will have to block you from the channel. Okay. So the first part of this message is a threat to somebody's way of life. And Spirit gave me that. Like, some of you don't understand why you go into an environment or a situation and somebody all of a sudden doesn't like you, or the energy shifts. Like, you were happy, like, hey, blah 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 blah, we here, blah blah blah. Had a few conversations with the people. You've been out on outings, you've done things, and then all of a sudden the energy shifts. And this probably happens a lot for my chosen ones. So you could be in a situation where you are, and the example I'm going to give is going to make sense. It's going to make perfect sense. Corporate or a business environment, a social club, a new friend circle, or even your family environment. you're going to go into different groups of people and be the new person, right? You're going to be the new person. Or it's like you've been at a distance and now you're up and close and personal. So imagine this. There's a cult somewhere out in the outskirts. Somewhere in the outskirts, there's an occult. I have to block this person from the channel. High user from this channel. Okay. So let's say, for example, we knew there was one down in Waco, Texas years ago, right? So you're stumbling through the woods, you're lost, you're lost in the woods, and you're just high energy, pure at heart, just like a decent person. You just a decent person. You do people right. If y'all on this live, please double tap the screen. Hey, to the people that just dropped in, double tap the screen. I'm doing 2 channel messages, and I'm going to give a really good example here. I'm Coach Shani, your certified relationship coach, and all things spiritual. So, like the live, just double tap your screen if you're on your phone. So let's say you're a decent person, you do right by people, and you just one day lost in the woods, and you stumble across this large gate, and on the other side of that gate, you don't know it, but you think it's just a regular community. Somebody invites you in, like, are you lost? You need help, you need food. They're trying to help you get some food and water and everything, and then get you back on your way. Hi, bagger. So they're trying to get you some food and water and help you get back on your way, right? And you're around, and you haven't met the leader of this community yet. It's a large gate around it. Let's say this is years ago, not nothing modern, right? Say it's probably back in the early 1800s or something. Think Game of Thrones. And you stumble across this little hidden fortress in the woods, and somebody takes mercy on you. Looks like you dehydrated, you need some help. And they help you. They take you in behind the walls, and they got you in their little hut, for a little while. And you're just a simple, pure-hearted person who believes in living off the grid, doing right by people and all these things. And so time comes, y'all let me know if this might go out ever. Time comes where, okay, they got to take you to the leader. Like, this person's been here, this person's an outsider. And the leader, the people don't know this, but there are things about the leader that they don't know. They just never question it. It's been their way of life. They've been born into it. And so they take you to the leader. If y'all on this live, double tap that screen. I don't see anybody like this live so far, but y'all here. So go ahead and like the live. Okay. That's your way of giving back. Pour some energy into me as I pour into you all with this. So hopefully somebody resonate with this message and feels a little less lost. Thank you for liking the live. Somebody resonates with this message. The whole point of me sharing this with you, and Spirit gave it to me to give it to you, is because it's somebody out there who feel like they did something wrong and they've done nothing wrong, and they just need to understand that they are in the hands of the ops. The ops. Okay. Spiritually speaking, they the ops. Okay. Or the enemy. y'all on 2 different teams. You team light, they team dark. Okay. So you stumble across the path and really somebody helps you out, takes you in. After a little while, they're like, hey, let's go meet, the leader of our clan, so to speak. It's like, oh, hey, leader. And they're like, who are you? Why aren't you associated with your family? Why are you estranged? Why are you in the woods by yourself? Why are you this? Why are you that? And they sense of, like, maybe you're a wounded warrior, and they sense that leadership quality in you, that I'll figure it out by myself no matter what. I'll do whatever it takes. That self-motivated, that the fact that you'll think for yourself is dangerous. That's why they didn't want people reading books back in the day. Because you'll start thinking. You just got another person's life experience and added it to yours without having to experience it, and you knew there was something beyond what you knew. You learned it from that person who shared it. You learn a little too much, then you might think yourself to be higher than the person that's in charge. And now you're a threat to their way of life. Have y'all ever been at a job where the manager saw that you could probably pass them up and they just would not promote you? They didn't have a reason to not like you. You did your job well. You did above and beyond. It just was never enough. Never enough. Anybody but you, because you're a natural born leader. You're the chosen one. Spirit got you here on a mission. And when you come across the paths of people, you're destined to cross their paths. And it's supposed to show you more of who you are. And so the example I have, is the chosen ones, how Moses was supposed to be leading them out of the wilderness into the promised land in the book of Deuteronomy. And there was a decree that you do not go into these lands and mess with people's way of life. You're not a threat to their way of life in the sense that you are actually there to do anything wrong. It's just your existence is a threat to people's way of life, and they don't want you around. You're going to mess up no matter how bad it is. Let's say there's a leader in an occult, and we've seen this on the news in Waco. I told y'all, was it David Koresh and the whole occult thing in Waco, Texas, and some stuff up in Salt Lake City where these guys will basically enslave women and children, modern times, and they're born on these compounds. These teenage girls have to marry these men that are 30 years older than them against their will, but it's their way of life. And if she leaves, she doesn't know where she's going to go. She doesn't know anything about the outside world. And so they trap them because they are there for survival at this point. And this is their way of life. So to the man that has orchestrated that environment, and to the women who support it, that could leave and don't, and they just have more children into this lifestyle, things like that. So think of it at that level, but then apply it to situations where you've gone into the workplace. You're the oddball in the friend group. There's this one mean girl. Women get this. There's the one mean girl that don't want you there. She need to be the center of attention, and you are a threat to her way of life. She's used to being the it girl for this group, and you showed up looking all bedazzled and glorious. Baby, that was me all the time. A jealous woman hate to see me coming. She hate to see me coming. She gonna study me at first, but then I gotta go. But when she see how the men in the social circle act toward me, and I ain't gotta use no fake example for this, because these heifers know I'm talking about them. All of them. I ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing. Y'all thought I was gonna curse on her. Nope. I want to get my stuff monetized on YouTube. But the point is, people will see your energy, your spirit, your big brightness coming. And just like the chosen ones going from the wilderness to the promised land in Deuteronomy, you ain't did nothing wrong, but you were warned. Just because you passing through these land and they grant you passage, don't mean they good people. You're going to see some corruption along the way. And that was the whole point. They were meant to see things. They were meant to experience things that would serve as lessons to them. And so it wasn't for you to stop and change a person's way of life. And not that you even tried, but the fact that you simply existed, it is going to irritate their demons. When your light shines on the darkness, it irritates the demons. Like, I didn't want that. Get rid of them. That's what they do for us. They like, you got to get rid of them. Find some kind of way to get rid of them. Right? Hey, Tedrick, how are you? And so this message I got, yeah, but this is what they'll do to get rid of you. There's three main things that they will do. First, they'll discredit you, or slander. They'll try to drag your name in the mud. They'll lie on you behind your back. They'll try to polarize everybody. So they'll make you look bad. So everybody needs to come over here with me because that person's bad. Everybody needs to stay away from them, right? Don't talk to so-and-so because why? So-and-so is threatening the leader's way of life. It's really just the leader, right? If it's somebody that needs to keep control over somebody, they're going to discredit the outsider that could change their thinking or wake them up. That could wake them up, wake up the sheep. They're gonna get rid of your ass. Like they gonna get rid of you. It's like you cannot be here. I see how free you are in spirit, and I can't have my captives aspiring to be free. Think about how that's played out on the world stage over centuries, right? And so nothing's new under the sun. You just don't realize that's what you're stepping into sometimes. So they'll discredit or slander you. They'll pull people over to one side. In HR terms, we call it polarizing, right? I'm not in HR, but I've gone so many times at corporate that I know all the terms and I know how to document things. And when you get there, by the third time, they ask, so what do you want us to do? Because we ain't finna do nothing. At that point, you just need to accept this environment for what it is. Hola, Godric. And so I'm telling you, the path of the chosen ones is hard. Y'all come in and like the live, please. And this message will be up for later. Please comment below if this has been you in one of these situations. Let me know. Tell your story in the comments. So in the family environment, it could look like this. You're there, and I tell y'all my own story, baby. I ain't got nothing to hide. I used to live out in a suburb, and it was a nice, affluent area. Um, And my cousins who were around my age, I would find out they were coming out there specifically by my house to go eat at a Mexican restaurant, and they never invited me to go with them. If they needed spiritual counsel or somebody to give them some prophetic vision or word, I didn't even know I had this gift, y'all, at that time. People always came to me. They would call me individually for stuff like that. When people need somebody to talk to, they would call me. But when it was time for women my age or women in my, people would come out right by my house, go tag the location, like I was out here, and then it's like, hey, cuz it'd be different if we didn't talk at all, but don't call me when you need something and all y'all out here. So I would have been a threat to their environment, and simply that I would have infused my lights onto the darkness. That wasn't an environment I needed to hang in anyway. And so spirit kept me away from it. My spirit was like, no, that ain't for us. I'm keeping you over here. That's not your social circle. You don't do what they do and you don't even know it. Spiritually speaking, your spirit sees their spirits like, baby, no, it ain't for you. And it'll keep you in the house. It'll keep them from calling you. It'll be your spiritual protection, all the divineness and right. Okay. And so it was no hard feelings because that wasn't for me. So some of y'all be crying over some situations that ain't for you, but your life would irritate them demons at a different level to the point where these people might turn on you and do something to you. So you got to be cautious of that. So we're going to tie all of this in. We done talked about the 3 ways it shows up. They going to slander, polarize, and eliminate. Make you the problem. Get rid of you. Everybody band with me and make this happen. Or they'll threaten the people that they have control over. You're going to lose everything that I provide for you if you do not take my side. So y'all double tap this screen when y'all come in. Let me know if this is resonating with anybody in the comments. My lives are not for everybody. This channel is not for everybody. This channel is not for everybody. And I recommend that you block me so I don't ever have to block anybody in the comments again, because I have to do that a lot, y'all. I'm really weeding through the oddballs I get in my comment. I don't even know. It's like it's weirder over here. I don't know why I come up on their algorithm. So you get what I'm saying, right? If there's an environment you in, all of a sudden, that one a hater has identified you as their problem. Oh, they're gonna lie on you and try to get everybody on their side. They're gonna identify you as a problem. Trust and believe. Get yourself out of that situation. That's how you handle those things. Get yourself out of their line of sight, and don't try to just like in the book of Deuteronomy, it says, from the chosen ones going to the promised land. Do not engage. Do not engage with people who attack you, because it's spiritual. There's never been a physical confrontation, it's spiritual. Those with any level of hate. Confirmation. Witchcraft is involved at that point. Can y'all like the live when y'all come in? Double tap that screen. I see 2 people here. I got 1 like. Yes. There's a distinct level of witchcraft, and I teach you all things spiritual, right? So witchcraft is hate. Hate is witchcraft. When somebody hates you, they are crafting dark energy to work against you in thought, in word, in spirit, in thought, and flesh. They want to see it happen. Trust and believe. They done had a thought, and that thought is witchcraft. Any thought fashioned against you to go against any, to come against you in any dark manner is witchcraft. And y'all let it slide too much for my liking. Y'all let it slide too much for me. Y'all let people hate on y'all and y'all sit amongst them. You let a person next to you cast spells against you and you sit and eat with them. They praying over your food while you eating it. They praying over your drinks while you eating it. I won't drink anything that has been under a camera or in front of another person for too long. Their thoughts and energy just went directly into that liquid, that food. I ain't eating it. I ain't touching it. If anybody else had time to sit and pray over my food and water, I ain't touching it. Y'all come in, double tap that screen to like the live. Welcome to the live. So I'm gonna teach y'all about witchcraft. Because I done had it sent against me so many times. People don't believe. I don't look like what I've been through. My 3 years of isolation in the dark night of the soul, I don't look like what I've been through. I do not. And so we finna jump into the second part of this message. So I'm a bookmark it for 2130. Okay, part 2 for anybody who wants to skip forward to part 2. So let's get into this 999 portal. So 979. So the year 2025, you add the numbers together. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 5 is 9. I know I had to do that math for some people because they will never get it. Why is it a 9? 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 is 9. And I ain't being funny. People will come back and ask me that. So, I say this to say that 979, full blood moon, the harvest moon, full lunar eclipse portal. 999 speaks for itself. Ending, 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 ending. It's like slam doors, giant doors being slammed. I say 20, double for your trouble. 40-foot doors, double for your trouble. So the past can be seen as your trouble, and the door to your past, when there's normally a giant 20-foot door, is a 40-foot door being slammed shut. I heard boom, boom, boom. Like all you hear is those loud metal doors slamming in a warehouse kind of thing. And so you're standing there. 9-7, open the portal. 9-9, you're standing in the hallway. All the doors have been shut, right? And 9-11, which is in 2 days, you're going to have your new beginning. That's what Spirit gave me for this part of the message. 979, 999, and 9119. So if you've been seeing these angel numbers, 99, 911, earlier today I saw 911. I just kept saying 11, 11, 11. My birthday is 11/11. So I see every time I get a message 11/11. I know it's for me. I know it's for me. I know it's for me. Everybody don't say it all the time, but people might get deep into it and then say 11/11. Okay, I know that's me. And so you might get your numbers. Okay, I know this for me. You might hear 11/11 and know it's for you. It's a number you resonate with. And so 979, right? Or you might be seeing 799 or 997, whatever the case may be. And or 97, 99, or 911 again. So 3 doorways, like I said, represent a new beginning, a reset, and closure. So you step through one door on the lunar eclipse, door was closed. That was an ending. This is a transition, a reset on 999. Then 911 is your new beginning. 11, a master number, is taking you higher. That's what I'm getting. Serious, like this is going to take you higher. So that's why it is important for you to understand that the path of the chosen ones and all the things that you've been taken through over the past 7 years, the journey you've experienced over the past 7 years, the ending of cycles, closing out of things. Some of you has been longer. Confirmation. It's all leading up to something. This moment, the portal's open. The real reset is here, and I'm happy for you to have this new beginning. So if you would like more information about how everything pertains to you, because what does it matter how it resonates in general or to someone else if you don't understand how life is happening for you? If you want more clarity on how I can understand what's going on around me and what I can do to better leverage all this good energy, this reset, new beginning energy in my life, what direction do I need to go in? What do I need to do for my spiritual rituals to keep my energy clean? Because I can feel heavy at times and I don't feel like it's my energy. So I help you if you're an empath, just learn to recognize those things and confirmation, navigate through that. That's what kind of spiritual coaching I do. I help you with the reset on that relationship to your higher self, how to trust yourself more, go within. Because a lot of times people come to me, I didn't know if I could trust that voice. That's you, honey. That's you. People don't know that. So I'm here because I got to watch both of my grandmothers growing up, right? I got time in that kitchen. I saw that plant room. I saw all the stuff happening at the stove, all the kitchen magic, all the plants, all the things. I was raised in it. Saw the jars of homemade medicines and things like that as physitive. If anybody ever grew up with a grandmother that made as physitive, oh, the smell. But baby, if you got something, it'll get pneumonia about you. Okay. Anybody can relate, about as physitive? Drop that in the comments because it's a so people don't know. People don't know about the things you can make at the house. So it's just really to get people back in touch with their higher self, listen to yourself, trusting yourself, get rid of depression, holding on to the past, anxiety, worried about the future, and get back present. Get back present, hear yourself today, trust your inner guide. I point you back inside. So when people come to me for readings and things like that, the best thing I can tell them on their reading is, baby, I see all of this going on. And here's how you start to go back within. They don't know how. People don't know how to sit with themselves. They don't know how. They think it's this because a lot of us were raised in church and we think we got to do it this way. We don't know another way. You don't know what you don't know. Somebody else figures it out. It's good to help somebody. Come on here and teach them. Okay. You can have a whole YouTube channel just teaching people what you know. Somebody's going to come across this channel. Like, I forgot. I did know that and I forgot. I'm going to start back doing that. Or I never knew that. Nobody ever taught me that. I was raised in this environment. Like I said, these are cults that people have been in. You coming out to the world, that one catalyst for change, you could be that one person's catalyst for change. And that's why in part one of this, you could be a threat to somebody's way of life, just being the spiritual being that you are. What you think is ordinary is extraordinary to someone else. So as we go through these portals, ooh, it's a big one. And y'all notice every 2 days, so almost every 2 days, from Sunday to Tuesday, from Tuesday to Thursday, this is a 5-day window. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 5 days. 5 is the number for change. So you might relate to being a life path number 5. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you might relate to that a lot. And so I like interaction on my lives, y'all, and I like to see comments. If anything resonated at all, you got a grandmother story. I love my granny. She passed 25 years ago to be my guardian angel. My other grandmother when I was 7. So we rolling deep in these streets. Spirit don't play about me. And you need to learn that about yourself. You need to know you're not alone on this planet. Okay? So click that link in the bio or click down in the description and you will see all of my things, all of the things. Email me if you don't want your business in the comments. I don't comment on other people's stuff for the most part because I know people watch me and I ain't saying nothing. Every blue moon, I might comment a little bit here and there on somebody's stuff, but people baby, they stalk me hard. They want to know everything I'm doing in the shadows. They creepy and rolling deep. So we're at 30 minutes. I believe this is no long enough. I call my power back from every person, place, being, dimension, and entity where it was taken on this live without my permission, and I use for my highest abilities. I return all evil out to the sender. I return the energy of the positive collective with peace, love, and light. You have a blissful, magical good night.